the Super League never died. Those moments of euphoria that I felt on the Fulham Road having had an argument with Petr Cech will stay with me forever. It felt so beautiful. It was a spontaneous emotion of football fans celebrating the death of a concept that would have eradicated football's history and changed its future forever. But it was so short-lived. This was never going to be over. This fight actually was only just beginning, because it is happening again, and we need to be incredibly careful because it's coming. It's a really sly, cunning, stealthy enemy that is being driven forward by people whose motivation is only money. They don't care about the rite of passage that football offers to people. They don't care about the proud history of these British institutions that are football clubs. They care only about pounds, shilling and pence. And we really do need to be concerned, because I'm fearful about what the future is going to hold here. We're going to have to fight again. The bottom line here is we are definitely going to have to fight again, because it is clearly happening. The cogs are turning, and these are the ambitions of the most powerful people, not only in the game, but in business. And it's time for all of us to remove all tribalism. This isn't about Chelsea fans arguing with Tottenham fans, or Arsenal fans arguing with Man United fans, or Leeds fans arguing with everybody. This isn't about that. This is so much greater. This is so much bigger. And all biases and all tribalism needs to be put aside. If you are a fan of a club that didn't enter the Super League, I'm envious of you. I respect your club. But don't be snide to people whose clubs did. We don't want this as much as you don't want this. Everybody here needs to pull together, because this abomination of an idea is going to happen again. This group, A22, who are they, by the way? Who is this A22, this faceless crop of people? Like, who on earth are they? Like, what are their football credentials? Who is behind this? We need to scrutinise this at every level, and we have a right to know who is the driving force behind this. And when I say who, I don't mean A22. I mean the name, an individual. Who is the person telling us that the football heritage that we have inherited from our grandparents' is incorrect and needs to be changed and ripped up? And every single footballing institution across Europe needs to do things differently. Who is this geezer that can tell me that that is the correct way to proceed? The other thing that I think we really do need to remember is, at the time of the initial Super League, we falsely and incorrectly viewed UEFA as a friend. We backed UEFA. We went for UEFA. We became Team UEFA. There is no way that we can do that again. We must remember that UEFA are not the innocent saviours of football, because they position themselves as that. And then a few months later, Chelsea played Manchester City in the Champions League final, and they ripped off everybody that they possibly could. UEFA are no friend of the football fan. It's important to remember that. And all you've got to do is have a look at the new Champions League. I mean, it's awful. How they've got that in the back door, by the way. It's truly ridiculous. And UEFA pretending to be our friends and then ripping us off must never be forgotten. But we really do need to be careful here. And do you know what this comes down to again? We're back to discuss fit and proper people taking over football clubs. Because depending on who you let run these clubs, this is where you end up. If you own a football club, it is a gift. And what that gift entails is that you protect it and you preserve it for the next generation. That is all you do if you own a football club. You don't change it. How dare you? How dare Vincent Tan go into Cardiff, the Bluebirds, and turn them red? How dare you? Who on earth do you think you are? It is disgusting, disgraceful, and totally unacceptable. You are the custodian of an institution that needs to be protected for future generations, so that your grandchildren's grandchildren can go to Old Trafford, Ellen Road, Stamford Bridge, the Emirates, or Main Road, or whatever it is now. It's a disgrace. And do you know what? At the beginning of this, I said tribalism out the window. So I was going to pick a club. I used Vincent's hand there, but to demonstrate that tribalism is truly out the window, let's use Chelsea. Todd Boehly is a good example here. Why did Todd Boehly buy Chelsea? Why? You know, we always ask, can they afford it? It's a very important question. Can they afford it? We ask, what's their track record? Do they work in sport? Who are they? That's also very important. What we don't ask is why. Why do you want to buy it, mate? So yeah, okay, great. You can afford it. Okay, great. You've worked in sport before. Okay, great. Your money is legitimate. The crucial question when selling a football club and inviting people into our game, why? Why does Todd Boehly want to buy Chelsea? Did anyone ever ask that? Is he a huge lover of soccer? 443 would suggest otherwise. Is he a huge lover of Chelsea? I very much doubt it. So why did he want to buy the club? I think the obvious conclusion here is that Todd Boehly wanted to buy Chelsea because he could see an opportunity to make a fortune. He obviously deduced that within 5 years, he could double his money, make a few billion quid, flip the club, and end up even more rich than he started. And that would be the case for everybody involved in the Clear Lake Consortium. The motivation is money. They aren't Chelsea fans. They don't care about the history of the club. They don't care about the heritage of the club. They care about making their money sweat for them. And the way that investors make their money sweat, make it work, is by making sure that everything that is going on at that club links and leads to financial gain. And therefore, Chelsea playing away at Bournemouth isn't how you make money. Chelsea playing away in Brentford isn't how you make money. Chelsea, to maximise the investment, to maximise the amount of money that you can get out of that club, Chelsea need to be playing Real Madrid as often as possible. And then we are back to this A22. 14 games they're guaranteeing. So yeah, you don't have to leave your domestic game. They're talking about European competition not being closed. Yeah, we have that already, you clowns. It's called the Champions League. So, I am worried. I am truly worried. And I feel like this is going to run and run. This needs... I don't know where we go from here. I don't know if it's government intervention. I don't know if that's even possible with private enterprise. But something needs to be done here. Because otherwise, we're going to end up in a situation where Chelsea will never play away at Coventry again. Chelsea will never play away at Hull again. Chelsea will never face those sides again. Chelsea will simply face Real Madrid, Juventus, and Barcelona. And do you know what the next step of it all will be? It won't be taking place at Stamford Bridge or the Nou Camp or the Bernabeu. It will be Chelsea playing Real Madrid in Arizona. And then it will be Manchester United playing Liverpool in Adelaide. That is where we're moving. Something needs to give here. Something needs to happen immediately. I'm worried. But I would really love your opinions on this. The second that I push this video live in about 10 seconds, I'm going to be loitering in the comments. I really am interested to hear what you all have to say. Panicked. In a bit. Have a good day.